Hey y'all, Boogie Night here, how's it going? And welcome back to Son of Boogie Plays Sherlock Holmes, the Devil's Daughter. When we last left off our intrepid hero, things got very weird, shall I say. But we're still reliving Holmes's imaginary interpretation of what happened within the temple to obtain said treasure of Tikkun Oman. So first of all, we looked over here.
No keyhole or handle.
So
there must be a way.
It relates to something of these puzzles, but it was also relevant to the calendar here. So
the calendar. It was here. So Zacharias, Sir Charles, and Marley have all known about this from the beginning.
Okay, so we're looking. Is something going to happen if we take this? Probably not. Holmes is too smart.
This is the statuette that Bernard Marley, Sir Charles, and Zacharias all shared.
Okay. So, looking at these, 1, 2, 4, some sort of puzzle, I think. So we have, guessing, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm guessing maybe the line is 5. Six. Bear with me, I'm just probing something. 7, 8, 9, and then 10. So there's 10 things we can go from, based upon the calendar.
The calendar. It was here.
So
Zacharias, Sir Charles, and Marley have all known about this from the beginning.
So I'm guessing, so we just have to figure out 1 through 10. That's pretty easy, but I don't think it's... So, I'm guessing maybe... Okay. Seems a little too easy, but I could be wrong. This could work. I highly doubt it, but... Ooh, I just noticed something. There's spikes in there. Ah! Maybe the game's gonna give us a respite if this is right. Well deserved after the last bunch of stuff that we went through. Let's see. 6. 7, here we go. 8. 9, here we go. Kind of sounded like I was doing that throat singing. I forget what it's called. 9 and 10. Will this work? Haha! He's done it. That was really easy. I should just finish this up last episode, but I didn't know how long it was going to take. Is that how Albeit lost his hand? But that wasn't even the true treasure. The true treasure was behind the gate. So that was probably Albeit. Achievement unlocked. Phantasmagorical Journey. I should play Phantasmagoria again. I've got both 1 and 2. Sitting in my GOG group. Find out the truth about the temple completed. Well, let's, I'm guessing that was probably Albeit then, because he's the only one that's lost it. Still stick with the fear shot. Sir Charles was where the curse of the opportunity. Bear with me, I'm looking at these different things. No. Let's... Oh, wait, hang on. Albeit was left behind, Albeit's illness. Albeit believes that he was punished by the curse he does not... Oh, bull honk. I'm saying he blames that. He wants... It's gotta be albeit. I mean, look at the evidence. The guy was missing a hand, was missing an arm. He was sick. He was left behind. All three others were. I see no room for anything. I mean, Charles is not guilty. The curse is definitely not real. That's just pure, yeah. Oh, I mean, let's recap for a second. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm going with this one. Albeit old Dyson is no longer able to kill anyone. His short accomplice was used as a live weapon. They should be allowed to remain free. Be killed for revenge with accomplice. I'm gonna go with condemning him. I mean, he was killed. Or he was a killer. I mean, Marley, if he was, I mean, the man's crazy. But no, he couldn't have done the killings. I'm sorry, that's just all roads point to him. I mean, he could have even used... I mean, he was able to stand. And then the killer small statue, I mean, it could be his son. Which would be really grim if that was. Oh, God.
Mr. Albeit. Oh, you're here with your son.
Oh, God.
Yes, obviously.
We have to talk with you, and it involves the police.
I see. Gulliver, go across the road to Mrs. James. This is an adult conversation.
Hold on just 1 second, please.
Oh, that's not his son. Oh, hell.
A pygmy?
As I suspected. Albeit brought him back from Brazil.
Ah.
You were both slaves there and you escaped together, am I correct?
You are. We are companions through life to death. He's more like a brother to me.
It's clear enough now. You and your accomplice are guilty to the murder of Zacharias Greystoke.
Mm-hmm.
They had to pay for what they did.
Called it.
If only I'd had the time to get all of them. But Gulliver only did what I told him.
It's for the judge to decide that. But given the nature of judges, I doubt that he will be lenient towards a pygmy who kills an Englishman.
Clues found 19. 55% of people made the same moral choice. Okay, so about a 50-50 split. Not bad. I'll be despised as well. You know what? I'm satisfied about this conclusion. I mean, Marley, if anything, he thinks he's the killer because the statue was autonomous. So I don't think it could run off. Somebody had to have been within the body of the statue to do it. Or they could have knocked off the statue and put up a mock-up. I mean, it was a human done. And I don't think Yellingham had anything to do with it because he was selling off the stuff. So why would he do that? He could continue selling off all the other statues and artifacts stuff to pay any debts that are necessary and keep pulling in new members as he went. So I'm going to just go with that. But we haven't been playing that long, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the next case. Yes, I am ready. Let's move on, please. Anything but that. Case 3, Infamy. Achievement unlocked, the Golem Awakened. Yeah, that case to Studying Green got a little bit too out of hand for me personally. I mean, the last couple of episodes, the last couple of episodes with the Marley's thing, okay, I was fine with that, but then there was the memory, which got to be way too out of hand, way too many puzzles. It kind of felt like the developers were having a little bit of the good stuff and then interpreted Holmes's way to envision things a little too far. And they wanted to just smack too much in there. So it was Indiana Jones, it was Tomb Raider, it was other first-person adventure puzzle games that have been out there. It did not fit with the overall vibe of a Holmes game. But that's just my thought process. So let's move on and start up Infamy. And he's back in his...
Father, Mr. Orson Wilde is here, and I'm going to stay with Miss Alice.
Hey?
What?
Did you forget? Orson Wilde, you know, the star of American theatre. And he's visiting and staying with us. You did forget?
No, not that. I meant you wanting to stay with Miss Alice.
Yes, that's right. Miss Alice suggested it. She told me you couldn't possibly refuse.
Actually, I could, but... you know, this is a tough one. I don't like Miss Alice one iota. I really don't. I think there's definitely some shady dealings going on, like, but I'll reluctantly accept, just to please Caitlin.
If it's really what you want.
It's the perfect solution,
Oh God, Miss
Mr.
Watson.
Holmes.
Or
Don't
Miss
you
Watson.
agree?
Is it Miss Watson?
Guess
Hudson.
what, Mrs. Hudson? Mr. Wilde is here to study my father's character for his next play. And he won't be disappointed, will he? Father is so pig-headed.
Ouch.
I can't believe it. The
What?
great Sherlock Holmes standing in front of me.
Oh my
I'm
Lord.
sure that our two brains.
Right there
will-
with you, Holmes.
Brains.
Alright, let's build a profile on this moog. This. Wow. Good grief. Okay, wait, hang on, we got a scarf. Well, he is American, and, you know, we are big on America. What's this? British brand of tobacco. And it's Holmes' preferred brand. God, he is really going for anything on his hands? No. Personalized boots. Oh, he thinks highly of himself. What is this? Definitely self-affected. There's no chance in hell. Guy's a complete bell end. Orson Wilde, not yet 30 years of age, is a star of American theater who came to Holmes to study the role of quote-unquote Sherlock Holmes. It is probable that he began his quote-unquote study previously. He smokes the same brand of tobacco as Holmes. Orson is narcissistic and follows fashion. He admires his own reflection. The brooch pinned to his breast displays his American pride.
Mr. Wilde, your room.
Charming. This is such a fascinating city.
We need to talk.
I'd rather not. You're going to be angry again. Goodbye, Mr. Wilde.
Oh, no. Sorry, Kate.
Is it 5 o'clock already? I think I might go and ask Mrs. Hudson for some tea.
Okay. As an American who's also an Anglophile, I find this a trifle bit insulting of just his whole mannerism. I get it. He's an actor. He wants to study everything, but this whole pompousness to him, this whole pomp, it reeks of try-hard. Okay. Oh, we got another note. Let's take a look. That is okay. So we can only read this one then, with a knife attached. Lovely. From Westgate Prison. Mr. Holmes, my name is Tabitha Folk. I'm one of the nurses who attends the inmates at Westgate. I took care of Mr. Albeit, who asked me to write you after his death. He remained furious right up to the end, and refused to ask God for forgiveness. He blamed you, Mr. Holmes, for breaking his will. It was so sad to see. With respect, Tabitha Folk. Okay. Anything on the map?
A map of London and its surroundings. Could be useful.
Hello, Toby. How are you, buddy? Okay.
Oh, come on, Toby. Your soap bath couldn't have been as bad as that.
Poor Toby.
Oh, come on, Toby. Your soap bath couldn't have been as bad as that.
Couldn't have been as bad as what's his name? Anything on the table?
My analysis table.
Okay, we're not.
It's useful for my work.
Let's go and break and study this crass individual. Anything on Kate's stuff?
Oh, Wilde's already making himself at home.
Oh, lovely. What's this? Oh,
Wilde truly has a perfect disguise kit. Do actors really need all this?
it's more probably along the lines of him being, makeup of some sort.
This must be grease paint.
What making brushes? Ooh, yeah.
I use the same brushes for makeup.
God, this guy really is a tryhard. I guess this, yeah. Oh,
Face powder of an excellent quality.
talcum possibly? I don't know.
I forgot my hat.
Oh no.
Father,
I'm just checking,
you've got something on your face. Is it makeup?
it might be. Practicing my disguises, you know me.
Oh God, Kate.
No, don't touch that!
Oh. Damn it. Ugh. Why would you do that, you
Ah.
mook?
Mrs. Hudson, with our tea.
Huh. Interesting.
Not quite. We have a visitor. However, the lady is not so much angry as perplexed.
Good day to you, gentlemen. My name is Mary Sutherland. I have come to you, Mr. Holmes, because I would give everything I have to know what has become of Mr. Hosmer Angel.
Why the haste, Miss Sutherland?
Mr. Hosmer Angel has disappeared, and my father, Mr. Winterbank, will do nothing. It makes me so angry.
Okay. Let's find out about her father first. Has she been beaten? I mean, heavy, dark eyes? I mean, she could be crying. But there's that thing around her nose. It almost looks like she's got
Mr.
smacked.
Windybank is your stepfather, surely, since the name is different?
Well, indeed, I call him father, although he is barely older than myself.
And your
Lovely.
mother is alive?
Oh, yes. Although I wasn't best pleased when she married again, and so soon after father's death, and to a man so much younger than herself.
Okay, let's find out about Hosmer Angel.
What is your connection with Mr. Hosmer Angel?
Oh,
I met him at the
God.
gasfitters' ball. Mr. Winterbank did not wish for me and Mother to attend. He never did wish us to go anywhere, but this time I was quite set on it. Fortunately, he left for France upon some business, and so didn't have any say in it. And I met Mr. Angel that night. We met again after that and would take walks together. But then Father returned, and we could no longer meet.
Did you just notice that Wilde was doing the same hand gestures as Holmes? That's not just trying to learn his mannerisms, that's just being really weird.
Why was your stepfather against your going anywhere?
Well, he didn't like anything of that sort. He used to say that a woman should be happy in her own family circle.
Ugh. Now, let's go ahead dating.
Did Mr. Hosmer Angel make no attempt to see you?
Well, Father was going off again in a week. And Hosmer wrote and said that it would be better for us not to see each other until Father had gone. After that, he stopped writing.
So let's ask about the address.
Where does Mr. Angel live?
Investigate that
I
first.
don't know exactly. I address all of his letters to the Leadenhall Street Post Office for collection.
Huh. So he's got a P.O. box. Interesting. Engaged?
Were you engaged?
Oh yes, Mr. Holmes. Right after the first walk that we took.
Ooh. That was fast. Guessing...
Do you
income?
have your own income?
I do, from an inheritance. It was left to me by my Uncle Ned in Auckland.
Then you have all that you could wish for, naturally.
Well, I live at home and don't wish to be a burden to my family, so they have the use of the money.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. What about other little things that might have happened?
Is there anything else that you can tell me about Mr. Angel?
He is a very shy man. He would rather walk with me in the evening, so as to be discreet. I put a missing persons notice in last Saturday's Chronicle. Here's a copy, and a letter from him.
Haha, a love letter. Yes, I see. As I anticipated, this validates my deductions perfectly.
Shut
What
up!
deductions, Mr.
Mr. Wilde, Holmes, tell her.
I'd rather not. Let's build the profile. Didn't... Oh, okay, often wear spectacles. I gotcha. Whew. I was worried for a second she might have gotten smacked around. Got a, expensive brooch. She doesn't strike me as flashy. Definitely rich, though. Something on the hands? Ah, there's an engagement band. Yeah, well, she said she was engaged, so... And then... What's up with these? Different boots. Oh yeah, one's blue, one's kind of, brownish. Yeah. What happened? Or hasty? Mary Sutherland is a good-tempered young lady of 25 years of age. She has poor eyesight. She has failed to notice she was wearing mismatched boot. Wow. Mary is a wealthy young lady. She is engaged to be married. Okay. What's this? Resolve Mary Sutherland's case. Okay.
Mr. Holmes, what do you think about the letter on the table? Do you think it might help?
Do I dare ask your opinion?
A love letter? Aren't you dying to read it, Holmes?
After you've read it? God, no. Okay, we get the article in the Times. Public notice, a disappearance. A gentleman by the name of Mr. Hosmer Angel has mysteriously vanished. Mr. Angel is around 5 feet 7 inches in height, of strong build, with a sallow complexion. Paints him in a nice light. He is black-haired with bushy side whiskers and a mustache. He's likely to be wearing tinted spectacles. On last sighting, Mr. Angel was dressed in a black silk frock coat with a black waistcoat and gray Harris tweed trousers. He is known to have been employed in an office on Leadenhall Street. If you are in possession of any information, please come forward. There will be a reward for any help given in finding this gentleman. Aww. From Miss Sutherland. Okay, here's the love letter. My dear love, please don't worry your sweet head. Do you believe I would say anything to your family who understand nothing of love? We had a wonderful time together, and did we, while your father was in France. Such a short time, but it was enough for me to know that you are my life. I want to spend every minute from now on, cross-eyed for a moment, with you. I wish that it were possible. I love you very much, and I am waiting for the moment when our stepfather leaves once more upon his travels so we can meet again. Hosmer Angel. Okay.
This is strange. The love letter is typewritten.
Okay.
We had a wonderful time together, didn't we, while your father was in France?
Yep, hang on.
I'm waiting for the moment when your stepfather leaves once more. Miss Sutherland only met with Hosmer Angel while the stepfather was absent.
A bit on the sly. Okay, let's take a look at it. Concentrate your attention on finding details that others are inclined to overlook. Okay,
Good quality paper, quite smooth.
well, looks like everything's written in.
Fairly common ink, nothing special. Hosmer Angel decided not to leave his signature. Let's study this letter more closely.
That is interesting. Okay. We look. Oh, hang on.
There are some letters with typographical defects. Miss Sutherland, do you have any other letters from Mr. Angel?
Unfortunately not. But I've brought my father's letter from Paris. Here it is.
Okay. Dear Mary, I'm taking the opportunity of sending you these few lines in hope they find you and your mother in good health. France is a nice country to look at, but it is the same as anywhere. There are rogues who deceive and mistreat their women. God, this guy's a pushover. Not a pushover. This guy's a jerk. Men nowadays are so dishonorable. They won't think twice to break your heart. I hope that you will be an obedient girl and look after your mother, and that you will take my advice. Stay at home. I'll be back before long. Your father.
The stepfather's letter is also typewritten.
Okay, there we go.
Miss Sutherland's stepfather's signature.
That's not his signature. That is.
I hope that you'll be an obedient girl. Take my advice. Stay at home. The stepfather is trying to keep the daughter at home.
Okay, let's go. Here we go.
Fairly common ink, nothing special.
Okay.
Quite common paper with a light yellow tint. Let's study this letter more closely.
Okay. Hey.
There are some letters with typographical defects. Both letters have typographical defects. They merit further attention.
Okay, so, what are we looking for right now? Okay, so we saw these
This
things.
letter has a defect.
Okay. Hang on. So we're looking for defects. Actually, let's hang on. Okay, so the K's and the ampersands look a little more blurry. So let's look for K's and ampersands. Hang on. Yep. Hang on.
One more letter with a defect.
For the K's, then? Hang on. So we're looking for discoloration, I think is the big thing. Hang on. K's. Ah, no. Hang on.
It's the same letter with the same defect in both instances.
Okay. Ampersand? Yeah.
Another letter match with the same defects.
Okay, so we've already done that. Got an M.
One more letter with a defect.
And then let's look for an M. Dirk, 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 dirk. Me, here we go. Now, ooh. Okay. So it's a capital M. Gotcha. I believe we had of such to spend. I wish. I love you very much, and I'm waiting. Okay, that's lower. Oh, hang on. M here.
Another letter match with the same defects.
And then
So,
there we
based
go.
on the specific defects, we could say that these letters were composed on the same typewriter.
Okay, pull up our tabs. We both have the same. Okay. Oh, we gotta. Let's take a look. Okay, so we have stepfather's letter and Hosmer's letter. That's clear as day. We have secretive character, work travels. Those tie in. No, hang on. Mary's income. Keep at home. Different boots. Dents. Pair of eyeglasses. Okay. Yes, definitely. Keep at home. Work travels. Okay. So, we have profit. The family have an interest in Mary remaining single as they have access to her inheritance. Mary and her stepfather trusted one another. Mary was told to remain at home as her stepfather believed she would be better at home. That's bull honk. She doesn't even like him. I'm going with profit. Step number 2. One typewriter. The letters have the same typewriter defects. Could have been written by one person with a single typewriter or different typewriters. It's just a coincidence. I'm going to go with 1. She has bad eyesight from... Hang on. Probably myopia. Okay, wow. Oh, opportunity. Mary had the opportunity to socialize without her stepfather's knowledge. And Mary's stepfather was unaware of her relationship with Hosmer Angel. He is a reticent and shy man who did not want to cause trouble for Mary. Or for some reason, Hosmer Angel met with Mary only when her father was away on business trips. Let's look at shyness first. This one's a toughie. Which is... Mary's stepfather took a business trip which gave Mary the opportunity to secretly meet with him, or Mary's stepfather lied. He didn't take his business trip and found out that Mary was disobeying him, or as he found out. Let's look at away for a moment. I'm curious. Nothing? Let's look at liar then. Then let's look at strange behavior. Mr. Windibank is Mr. Angel. Oh. Yikes. Well, okay, so hang on one second. We're looking at the fact that she's fairly got some eyesight. She's pretty blind without her specs. She sort of described him, but it's never been in the same area as her father. Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and say Mr. Windibank is Mr. Angel. Your stepfather, Mr. Windibank, adopted a disguise and replayed the role of Hosmer Angel to keep his stepdaughter and her money close to home. Hide the truth? Oh, bull honk. Jesus, not telling the truth. She's an honest and gentle young lady who should be allowed to live her own life. She does not just... Oh, screw that! I want to stick it to Windibank. Yeah, hell yeah. Achievement unlocked, domesticity.
You should try to let Mr. Hosmer Angel vanish from your memory, as he has done from your life.
Then you don't think I'll see him again?
I fear not.
Then what has happened to him?
Your stepfather married your mother for her money, and also enjoyed the use of your income.
Gold
But with
digger.
your personal advantages, it was clear that you would not remain single for long, even with him keeping you at home. He disguised himself and reappeared as Mr. Hosmer Angel.
I like the attention
He
to
brought
detail,
you
how
as
the
far
makeup
as
is still
church
on his
door,
face.
And then conveniently slipped away. To bring you to this conclusion in such a dramatic manner that it would leave a permanent impression upon your mind. You have been cruelly tricked, Miss Sutherland.
Oh, Mr. Holmes. No, I can't believe it. But we were engaged. Oh, it's horrible to think about. Thank you for all you have done, Mr. Holmes.
Holmes, you could have been more diplomatic.
Shut up, Wild. New drinking game. Every time we insult infamy. Okay. Every time when somebody says "shut up, Wild," or I say "shut up, Wild," or some kind of insult towards Wild, take a drink. Let's do this. I'm drinking water. What's your excuse? At night. Oh boy. Wait, we're not done yet? Having a good smoke. Oh god, Wild, what have you done now? Jesus, Wild. I don't want to think. Oh. Careful, Toby.
Mr. Holmes, is everything all right?
Oh my god. Go back to your flat and stay there with Kate. Calm down, Toby. Now, let's see what this contains.
Easy, Tobes. What is that? Is that a brick? Oh, hell.
It's ticking.
Oh, God. Easy. Easy. Yeah, move away. Careful. Or that could happen, for instance. Let's examine it a little more closely. Right on Toby's mat. No, let's examine it first.
I see wires inside. They could be connected to the cover.
Bend aside. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Oh, hell. Let me slide out. Oh. This is a fine mess we've got ourselves in, isn't it?
A fancy ticking homemade gift from a secret admirer. I have 2 minutes to defuse it.
Okay,
There are wires attached to the bell and hammer. When the alarm triggers, the bomb will explode. A source of electricity for the detonation. A package with explosive material. There are wires going in and out. It's useless to predict how they might be tangled up inside.
great.
Aha! This solenoid protects the bomb from being easily diffused. If it loses its power supply, it will close contact between the secondary chain wires and the bomb will explode.
Great.
A package with explosive material.
Okay, I'm losing touch, so let's... I think we need to start here. Nope, never mind. Okay, great. Let's go.
A fancy ticking.
Okay, yes. So,
There are wires attached to the bell.
okay.
A source of electricity for the detonation.
Okay, I feel like we need to start with this then. Nope.
A fancy. A package with explosive material. There are wires going.
What about this up north?
There are wires attached to the bell.
Then maybe up here, top side? Okay, good. Never mind. Here we go again, trial and error.
A fancy.
Okay, that's
There are
fine.
Aha! This solenoid. If it.
So we can't clip the solenoid.
A package with explosive material. There are wires going in and. A source of.
Let's, can't go into the solenoid. That's the last thing we want to do. So maybe this? No, wait, that's not it. Try this. Here we go again. Okay, hang on, let's just collect ourselves for a moment. So we've got these things going into the battery, the blue wires and the red wires. So maybe clip one. Okay. Then maybe two. 3. Like I said, nope, hang on, we're not done here. Ah, come on, there. Plugger. So we're done with that. Okay. Solenoid goes last, so maybe blue. I'm guessing now. that everything? Nope, one more. Well, I was just guessing by everything now, so okay, let's go ahead and fast forward. Whew. Good grief. Achievement unlocked. Unwanted attention.
What happened?
Just a small bomb.
Somebody wants to kill me? What for?
I don't believe that you were the target.
Who then?
Ugh, shut up, Wild.
Mr. Holmes. Are you
Hey!
alright? I saw the
Wiggins!
bloke. I tried to catch him, but he escaped.
It's good to see you again, Wiggins. What do he look like?
Can you describe the man?
He was thin, about 5'5", with black hair and a hair lip.
Genius. His actions, let's find out.
Wiggins, tell us everything you saw.
The fellow was watching your place, so I thought maybe he's a client. But then he took something out of his jacket and threw it, smashing your window. I shouted at him and he took off. I grabbed him by the sleeve, but he wriggled out of his jacket and left it. I'm sorry I didn't catch him, Mr. Holmes.
You did very well, Wiggins.
Okay, let's find out about the items. What else do you got?
Now, let's take a look at that jacket.
Here it is.
Good job, Wiggins. Here's a penny.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Holmes.
I missed him.
Who tried to kill me, Mr. Holmes?
Oh my god, I despise you so much. Toby, you okay, buddy?
Good job, Toby.
So we got the evidence. The man was a thin build, around 5'5", with black hair and a hair lip. Okay, well, that should be a good identifier. Examine the text below. Is Winterbank really upset and pissed off with us? Okay, yep. We got this for starters.
Let's see what's inside.
There could be a hidden message that's been written with some lemon juice.
We've got quite the romantic...
No,
oh,
don't,
Jesus! Damn it. Oh, Wild. Oh my god. Can you hear the frustration in my voice? It's got such a romantic way of things. You know what? Wild would be a great main character for the Notes Left Behind in the game of Hearts, which I played for the channel some time ago. And if you need a good source of laughter, go ahead and look that up. H-A-R-T-S on the Sonic Boogie Project channel. Is there anything left over?
There are ink stains on this piece of paper. I could read the text with the help of my analysis table if Wilde hadn't already destroyed it.
Ugh. What do we have here, though? Rally Mohawks, bring out your axes and tell King George will pay no tax on his foreign tea. His threats are vain, and vain to think to force our girls and wives to drink his vile bohea? Not sure what that is. Then rally boys and hasten on to meet our chiefs at the Green Dragon. What? Interesting. Coded message, perhaps?
A poem. But what does it mean?
This isn't a poem. It's a song called Rally Mohawks.
Somebody can make that up.
That great moment when America rebelled against England's dominance. Then rally, boys, and hasten on to meet our chiefs at the Green Dragon. And I bet they hoisted a tankard of ale and invented a new nation. Along with deciding if this was the week they got to dump some tea into yon harbor.
Why ever did he keep such a song in his pocket?
Damn if I know. Anything else in the book? No. You do have the knife, though. Okay. Can we lift it out if it's... Oh, hang on, JT.
JT are the owner's initials.
Let's see what the deduction says really quickly. Bear with me. Homemade bomb, destroyed evidence, or... No, okay, well, definitely analysis table destroyed evidence. Orson deliberately attacked the analysis table and the attackers. Okay. No, or we have coincidence. Orson only wanted to help the evidence. It was a coincidence that he destroyed the analysis table. But this happened before all this went down. It's too early to tell. Anything else? I do want to... Let's look at this really quickly. I'm just curious if it says...
Thanks to Wilde, my analysis table has been completely destroyed.
Oh, hang on. I just noticed this. I'm an idiot. This pipe collection right there. It's awesome.
Good job, Toby.
Do I have to talk to you? I guess.
Who tried to kill me, Mr. Holmes?
No one.
I need to finish here first.
What else is there? Oh, hang on. Okay, well. Yeah, it's been complete. Oh, okay. Now.
Who tried?
Oh, search the archives. Gotcha. Okay. Let's start over here really quickly. Martial arts, no. Criminalistics, no. Not going there unless I absolutely have to. Let's look at the song. Art and architecture, technology, history, medicine, botany. History, the Green Dragon Tavern. Brilliant. It was a public house used as both a tavern and meeting place and was located on Union Street at Boston's North End. In the early 19th century, a number of quote-unquote replicas of the Green Dragon were opened across Europe. One of them is now located in London, near the harbour in the district of Whitechapel.
Here it is.
Okay, we've already looked at that.
That's all I can do for now. Let's try and get a few hours of sleep.
How can you sleep when there is someone trying to kill me? How selfish.
I really hate you. I'm hoping we get to at least slap him once during the course of this investigation. Well, we're going back to the old puzzle base. I mean, it wasn't as bad as some of the stuff we've had to deal with so far, but I mean, what can you do? Once again, I'm praying that it doesn't turn into one of these things constantly. Like, that one was okay. Maybe one more, maybe two more, it'll be fine. Just not this vomitous mass of things. Okay. Okay. There's a Green Dragon and Whitechapel. Okay. Let's,
He's so funny.
Is that a hat on Toby? That's a hat on Toby.
Oh my, I see you and Kate are best friends already.
Toby, is it your
It's
birthday?
incredible how quickly Mr. Wilde has understood, Father.
Really, Kate? Really?
Did you sleep well, Kate?
Very well, thank you, Father.
It's oddly
Is
formal.
that Wild? Whatever is he doing now?
He's transforming you into a legend.
God forbid.
Silly man.
Right there with you, Holmes.
Kate, what's the matter?
Well, I just came by to tell you that I'm going to the zoo with Alice. We'll be having lunch in town.
Taking advantage of the zoo. Let's stay and have a chat for a while. Catch up. They'll keep you around. I'd rather not have to deal with Wild.
I've hardly seen you these past few days. Don't you want to stay here for a while, Kate?
Did you remember then? It's my birthday today.
She already knows that I forgot, so there's no point for me to lie about it. That would just make things worse.
I'm so sorry, Kate. With Wild's visit, Look, here's some spending money. Go and treat yourself to a thing.
All right. I'll go then.
Damn it.
Kate.
You never do anything right.
All right, come here.
I've had enough of you not caring about me.
I do care. I've just had a difficult night.
Yes, Alice told me about the bomb, but you wouldn't.
Kate, I only want to protect you.
You don't understand anything. I wish Alice would adopt me.
Don't be ridiculous.
Damn it.
I don't know why my parents entrusted me to you. Did they really know you?
Kate, come back. Damn it.
That hurts.
Such a waste. This Alice, I have an odd sense about her. It's as if she's playing with Kate's feelings. This would be a good opportunity to investigate Alice's flat while they're absent. And anyway, it'd be better to visit the Green Dragon Tavern during the evening.
I agree.
Oh my, I see you and Kate are best friends already.
You want to take that off of you, Tobes? You look absolutely ridiculous in that thing. Where's Wild? Is he down there? Oh well, whatever. Okay, let's go ahead. Can we do anything else in his room? Anything we can look at again?
Honestly, the level of narcissism.
Oh, good grief. This guy's... What a ponce! Okay, let's go see if we can break into her flat. Nothing up there. Okay, down. Anything on the roof? No. Okay, here we go.
Mrs. Hudson is not at home.
Okay, so this one?
Force is not an option. I should find another way inside Alice's flat.
Okay. Through here?
A back room.
Oh, our balconies connect. From the last case. It's nice to have a moment of solitude, though, without Wild about. Okay, so let's... Can we... There we go. Yes, we got the lockpick. Never mind, we do. Yes, I know. I've already learned that. Aha! There we go. Just process of elimination. Do it again? No. Okay. Maybe go down one? Try for a foursome? No. Okay, so we're done with, remove that. This is actually a really clever puzzle. Say what you want. We can insert a second one. Let's remove that. Let's actually do one. Then maybe number 4. Oh, so close. Number 3. Oh yeah, 3, there we go. Then... Wait, hang on. Aha! Okay. So the number of lines on each of those matches the number that you need on the lockpick. So if it was 3 squares or rectangles on the bar thing, that's when you want to insert a third one. And if there's something behind it with 4 bars, then you would insert the 4th one. Okay, that makes sense. It's not just much a hunt and peck anymore. Okay, so let's start with the bed.
It looks as though Alice has not slept here for a long time.
What? Something in the box? Yeah, what's in the box? Rotate the dials to plot an entire path through the maze or to open the casket. Well, that's interesting. So we got... Yeah, but that goes nowhere. No. Around here... No. Here. That plot's up here. So now we can go from here and down here. So this has to go from here to here. Or down here. That's fine too. So down here, then through here. There we go. That was easy. My dear little Alice, if you read this letter, then it means I'm no longer in this world and my illness has defeated me. Please try not to be sad, dear, for I have lived a good life. My only regret is that you are now alone and you will be sent to live with who knows who. An unknown family. I do not trust these institutions who behave so cruelly towards your father. But please take courage, my dear angel, and know the secrets which allow you to speak with the souls of the dead, so we may talk soon. Your aunt. Hang on. Did she have some sort of strange occult thing on her wrist? Okay, so it just says investigator flat.
Alice's childhood was spent with her aunt, until the aunt's death.
Letter from Alice's friend. Dear Alice, thinking of you now has made me remember the past. And as you well know, excuse me, I was always a warrior. Every time you are sent to live with yet another family, I hoped you would be happy. But people are cruel, aren't they? It angers me to think of you so miserable in every home to be considered more of a servant rather than a member of your family. You suffered so much, but I am happy now to congratulate you on your 21st birthday. Now all your horrors are behind you. You are grown and independent and a beautiful woman. I wish the life that you deserve with all the happiness possible. Your friend, Anna.
Alice was unhappy with all of her adopted families.
Hang on, I've got a text coming in. Bear with me one moment. There we go. Sorry, just needed to... Got him responding to a quick one that I had texted a while ago. What's next? He wakes early despite... Alice's... No, excuse me. He wakes early despite the fact the lamp in his room glows in the small hours. Into the small hours. He finds a street urchin with work. I believe the boy's name to be Wiggins. His friend Dr. Watson is always nearby. They seem very close. He's respected by Inspector Lestrade, even although he never works with the police. Kate is so sweet and honest and naive, but Mr. Holmes doesn't spend much time with her. Naive, eh? Yikes, that's no good.
She's spying on me.
Yeah, no kidding. I thought we learned that last time. What is this?
A phonograph cylinder.
Take that. No, for what for? Find a use, find a use. So we get the key from Alice's box and this phonographic cylinder. Oh, hang on, we got something here.
Alice has recently used this.
And here we go. Letter to Seamstress. Dear Miss, thank you for the most recent delivery of shirts for my cousin. They are marvelous. As I told you this Saturday, I shall be attending the wedding breakfast of my dear friend, so I'll need to look stunning. Please be sure to finish my dress by Friday at the latest. I will send for it in the morning. Guess we're done there. Oh, something on the chair.
It appears that Alice sleeps in this armchair, as uncomfortable as that must be.
Okay, nothing on the walls. Something on the desk. Let's look at this little, thing. Whatever it is. It looks like a notebook of some sort.
Alice prepared a gift for Kate. She remembered her birthday. Well, women are good at that sort of thing.
Well, I know what valerian is. It's what I take sometimes when I can't
A
sleep.
soothing drug to aid sleep.
Not for me, it's not. Smells like it tastes like somebody died and took their socks off at the same time. It takes 4 hours for it to kick in. Insomnia, I hate you so. What is this? It's a clear liquid of some sort. Can we pop the cap? Yes, we can. Examine the smell.
It has no smell.
So, okay, let's examine the taste. Why we would taste something and we have no idea what it is?
It has a bitter taste.
I'll never understand Holmes.
No smell, bitter taste. It's a tincture of barbiturate.
Isn't that an illegal drug? I've heard of the term barbiturates. I mean, I know I'm not sure to what extent it really is, but hang on, something's on the table.
Sarah de Bouvier is Alice's mother.
Oh, hang on. Spiritualism and psychical research.
Strange taste in literature.
Ties into whatever she was wearing on her person. Here we go. Notes. Certified copy of entry of births. Alice Fiorella Hamilton. Port of Spain, Trinidad.
Her full name is Alice Floella Hamilton.
Oh, Flora, not Fiorella, excuse me. What is this? Okay. Dear Miss de Bouvier, I wanted to inform you that your rental contract has been prepared. You can come to collect it whenever convenient, any evening of the week, Mrs. Hudson.
Alice used her mother's name to lease the flat.
Interesting. I guess people don't want her to be Hamilton. Ooh, I wonder what happened to there.
Kate probably sleeps here.
Oh yeah, her bear. Damn it. Be back here. Any kind of thing in the books? Oh, something on the piano. Okay, that's nothing here. Something on the clock. Okay, so I think all we can do is go downstairs. Well, it is a nice flat. I will give him credit for that. That's poor Lumiere. I knew him well, beauty. Sorry. I like his paintings.
It's shut tight.
Okay, that's probably the door out. A miasma of things. Okay,
This lock is quite new.
Ah, so that's what the key went to. Okay, cool. What's behind here? it is, it can't be good. What, huh? What? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Well, this got dark. I was expecting... Oh, we have a destroyed mattress frame, broken clock, everything's busted, some old pages, ruined windows. I don't think Mrs. Hudson would like to know about this. What's this?
The wheelchair is the same as the one in the photograph above.
Okay. Let's just...
Louis Napoleon Bonaparte.
Okay, I wasn't sure what that was. And over here... Oof. I'll get to you in a minute. I already know what's going on over there. What is this? I know something of what's this?
Charles Darwin, English naturalist and geologist.
Of course. Okay, this could be one of several things. I mean, I'm looking at... I know a little bit about this sort of thing, and depending on how the pentagram is drawn, it could either be a sign of possible, don't quote me on this, possible paganism, or pre-Judeo-Christian religious spirituality, or it could be satanic. I could also be wrong, though. I mean, once again, I'm extrapolating on what little I know. What is this?
My word, look at the setup. Alice practices spiritualism.
It's putting it mildly. What's this book? Hang on, I'll get to you in a second. Anything on the book? No. What's this painting? Abraham Lincoln?
Abraham Lincoln.
Pleasant. Oh, hey. Actually, before we do that, anything that we can look at through these eyes? No. What about vast imagination? Should I really... Okay, just as well. I don't want to imagine what's in that chair. Not after... What's this, though?
It's my distant ancestor, Horace Verne.
She's no longer just an agent. She's just becoming obsessed. Something in the drawer? What is this? Mass suicide leaves 27 dead in Ceuta. I'm not sure how to say that. Spain. I think it's Ceuta. I could be wrong. The bodies of 27 people, including 4 children, have been discovered in Ceuta, Spain. The deceased, who were members of the quote-unquote veneration of the dead, had consumed a soft drink laced with a deadly cyanide and sedatives. Police were only able to save one young woman, Elizabeth Floella Hamilton. Ooh. So this woman is definitely maybe a cultist of sorts. The lady, who was unharmed yet in deep shock, remains unable to shed any light on the sad case. What's this? William Hamilton, 1846 to 1880, so he was 44 when he died.
William Hamilton. But I know him. He was a bandit who I arrested 20 years ago.
Okay. Nothing in this drawer? Oh. There's a candle. Why did she talk about my last case?
Alice knows about Zacharias Greystoke, the victim from the bowling club. I solved that crime.
She's grasping at straws. But then again, what is this one then? I've got... Okay, we have 2 cylinders? Oh! Yikes, this one makes me...
Alice is talking with her father, William Hamilton. I finished here, time to go.
Yeah, Alice Floella Hamilton, a young woman with an unusual hobby. That's putting it mildly. Okay, I'm not going to speak ill of people. Everybody has their own interests. People probably scoff at me because of my desire of really good wine. It appears she believes in her ability to communicate with the dead. She works as a seamstress to earn her living. Her sleep is affected. She takes a drug that contains a barbiturate. She's secretive, adopting a false name to rent her rooms at Baker Street, also hiding the fact that Sherlock Holmes has arrested her father when she was still a small child. 1880, so I need to search the archives for this. Okay, so we need to go to 1880 at some point. Green Dragon Tavern, that can wait. So let's quickly go ahead and go upstairs and go back to my rooms. Oh, the lights are on.
It's shut tight.
Let's go ahead and run back across the balconies here before anybody comes back. Look at the archives. Yeah, our business is done here. Yes, I know I need to find out who did that, but first we need to make ourselves look as inconspicuous as possible. Okay, particularly before Wilde comes back. You don't call him Oscar Wilde, but hey, I'm gonna go on a limb and say it was because there was a year listed. So let's go ahead and go to 1880, William Hamilton's death. Oh, yikes! Okay, I thought this was his arrest. A failed escape from Newgate Prison. 4 prisoners crawled through a narrow drainage pipe to escape from the Newgate Prison in London. It was a well-planned daylight operation, but ultimately unsuccessful thanks to the best reaction of our police force. 2 of the prisoners were killed. The remaining men were sent back to the prison. One of the dead prisoners was the prior criminal lord of London, William Hamilton. As it is already known, William Hamilton was arrested in 1875 during a Scotland Yard operation under the charge of Inspector Lestrade. During that investigation, a major role was played by the consulting detective Sherlock Holmes. We already knew that, but after the arrest and due to his wife being deceased, Hamilton's young daughter was sent to live with her aunt.
Here it is.
Okay, so we've already looked at that. What's next? Disguise yourself as a bandit and obtain information about the attacker at the Green Dragon. That's kind of cool, though, about the, well, no sign of, Wilde, so I'm all the better for that. So, disguise table. Definitely need to be a little more grungy. So, no. Possibly. Definitely not her. Definitely not. I wish I could turn his head to look a little better. No. That looks a little more greasy. Let's go with that. No glasses. Facial hair. Let's... Yeah, I hate to do it. But at the same time, we need to disguise him as much as possible, so let's go with the Franz Joseph. I'm sorry, Holmes. Morning gown, no. Gosh, no. I wish they'd go as a doctor. Ah, bandit outfit, but let's think about that for a second. Pastor, no. Sportswear, no. Casual, no. Can't do anything too like that. Okay. So we need to go as the bandit. It pretty much describes itself. Okay, so we've got... Nope, I didn't mean to do that. That's the wrong one. So, yeah, we pretty much look like a greaseball. So let's quickly set out for the Green Dragon. Interesting. Well, I like the way this case is playing out a lot better than the last one. It's got a lot more noirish vibe to it in the classic Holmesian sense. Okay, so let's continue and let's take a poke around here really quickly.
I have to be careful in this den of iniquity.
And actually, this is probably a really good place to stop. We've been playing for about an hour now. It's actually the second episode of Holmes I've recorded today. So pretty well it's good to go. And I've got one more thing I've got to record tonight. Yeah, I like this episode a lot better, in my opinion. At least so far. That remains to be seen, but it seems to be off to a better start. But, of course, my opinion doesn't matter, only y'all's does. So, as always, let me know what you think in the comments below about just this game in general. How do you like the cases? How do you like my mindset? Do you think I should be doing anything differently? Keep me posted. But, of course, with that being said, before I call it a day, if you like the Sonic Boogie project and you want to check out more, I do have a Twitter page as well as a public Discord channel, and links to both of those are in the description below, as well as a link to my Twitch page, and if you have some money you decide to part ways with without crying, a Patreon account. But otherwise, with that being said, y'all have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you on the flip side, alright? Peace.